CapCut, highly recommending you do not use CapCut for your own content, but particularly if you're a marketing agency and you've got customers sending you deliver assets, things like photos and videos, or even if you're capturing videos at their locations, maybe with them in it and their backgrounds, you do not want to be sending it to CapCut servers for them to use for themselves. And that's what they're going to do it. I'm going to do an executive summary of what CapCut terms and conditions and how they can affect your business. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to try to do this video without using any editing software, or not a lot of it. So there's unseen liability if you don't go through the terms and conditions. We as humans or as businesses, tick, install the latest update, and that's what we've been doing. But this could have a massive impact for you and your business going forward, particularly if a user down the road, your customer, is finding their stuff being used in a commercial that you didn't set up, but you give permission to CapCut to use. So CapCut was user friendly. That's one of the reasons I've used it, because again, I use things like Final Cut, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, like most of us out there. However, if we're doing social media content, particularly with the cost of time, CapCut was really good. We could do some short form videos if they sent us the stuff using the CapCut templates, and we're away. We got some nice videos for their social media. However, their terms and conditions have changed. So the terms and conditions allow them to have access to your material or the material you're uploading. So if you're an agency and customers are spotting their stuff all over the internet and they gave it to you, or you filmed it in their location, they're not going to be happy. Obviously, copyright things on music, it makes sense not to upload music rights or music you don't have access or legally licensed to. I'll leave a link to the service I use, but they're going to monetize the content. Again, I'll leave a link to the terms and conditions in full, and we'll go through them in a moment. But if you want to read these quickly, feel free to pause and ingest the information. So I got the Pro account, so I'm using the software locally, both on the Mac and the PC behind me. So I wasn't one of those that, I know when you get things free on the internet, it's not free. You're selling your soul to a degree, and they're using you to either market to or using your data. In this case, I was paid using the Pro version. However, it doesn't, as you create stuff, it falls, more and more stuff is falling into the Pro one, which is fine. However, that means as you're using their services, you're giving permission for them to access and use all the content. So if you're an agency editing locally, I would have thought that would have been a good solution, but not going forward. Even without you loading the stuff to the final video, if you're using certain Pro features and creating a video that isn't even going to end up on TikTok, you are giving permission for them to use this stuff. So they've got a broad license. It's perpetual, so it's forever. It's worldwide, royalty free, and sub-licensing. So the content that you send to them, even if you don't know you're sending it to them, they have access to it and they can use it. So this is really important, as I keep stressing. If you've got content from your customers you're sending up, that could have a big impact. So unauthorized commercial use. If you upload stuff that you don't have the rights to, that makes sense, but they're going to be doing it with your content. If there is any court issues or going forward, you are solely responsible. Again, I'll highlight this in the terms and conditions going in. Agency, you could basically, you as an individual or an agency are surrendering, if I can say that properly, your control. Basically, as I'll cover it in the terms, but basically everything you upload, sound, pictures, voiceovers, videos, you are giving them a license for them to use it. This is important. You are wavering, and this, I've picked this up from their terms and conditions. You agree by agreeing to the CapCut terms, and you agree that simply by using the software, the web service, or the app, and that's what they're specified. So simply by agreeing to it, you waive any moral rights. Let's go and check the terms and conditions in full. First is platform. So platform, and the platform includes CapCut app, desktop, and web version. So they're covering all the aspects of how you access the service. I'll go down as quick as I can. Accepting the terms and conditions. So by accessing or using our services, you confirm that you can form a binding contract with the company by accepting these terms, including any supplemental, my teeth are not working today, terms amended here too. That's interesting. So I know a lot of companies do that. So you agree to the terms and conditions, you open it, they say there's an update, scroll, click, accept, and then you don't realize, and you've accepted that, to a degree, you've sold your soul. But this one, you are literally selling your soul, and you potentially your customer's soul as well, without you even knowing it, if you do agency work. So yeah, you agree to comply to them. Terms where it says, do not upload copyright material, do not be nasty to people. Totally agree with that. I originally saw a video and it was a music lawyer who highlighted that. So I went into a lot more detail. I'll leave a link to her YouTube channel. It said residents of the United States. So I was thinking, what about us people in the UK? However, but scrolling down, is residents of all countries. So all countries are covered by this. So don't worry. We haven't been left out. Using the service on behalf of a business or entity, you and that business or entity, you authorised buying the business or entity to these terms on behalf of a business or entity. So basically you're tying that business in. So that's the interesting thing. So if you're doing social, and which I've done many a times, if I'm doing a really detailed video, I'll stick it in Final Cut or DaVinci Resolve if I'm doing it on the PC. However, if it's a quick short, I'm going to use CapCut because that's going to save me time. Or I was going to use CapCut. Now I've just cancelled my subscription because literally by doing that, I am binding my customer. How that reads, I am binding my customer to any of the future issues and financial responsibility. So I can't see my customers being very happy with that. So yeah, changes to terms and conditions. I pick this, we amend and update. Yeah, that's normal. Expect that to a degree, but not these game-changing things. So accounts with us, when you create an account with us, you must provide true, accurate information. That all makes sense. So they want correct information. Why would they want all of this? Is what overemphasizes. It's important to keep your account details updated. Yeah, it's important to keep your account details confidential and do not disclose it to a third party. Sorry, that's interesting that they want all this confidential. And in a bit, if I scroll down, you'll see they're going to take all this information and exploit it. Or the video you upload. We'll go down to page 11 very quickly. If you are finding this video helpful or interesting and you are looking to create content for your business, we don't normally do big terms and condition reads off. Do give us a like and don't forget to tap subscribe. Something I noticed. Yeah, they're asking about the renewal and the terms and condition for renewal. I've just cancelled mine. I will see if I can get my 90 odd quid back. So there's lots. I will leave a link to this so you can read it. Use it. This is interesting. So we need to look at this. So user generated content. Yeah, the users of our service may be permitted to upload, post, publish, transmit, or otherwise make available content through our service, including without limitation music, including both sounds and recording and musical works. I don't do music. I license music for our customers. But this is why I found out a music lawyer had actually gone through this as well. Video templates, any text, photography, videos, or sound recordings. So the interesting is if I've licensed stuff and I'm uploading it, I've got the license. Am I sub-transferring my license to them without the third party being happy? So all musical works, blah, 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 blah. But the interesting thing, this then gets wrapped up under the term user content. So everything that you've sent up is user content. Now, user content could be pictures of you, or it could be pictures of your grandkids if you're using this, or your children to make content, particularly if you use their online tools, and I'll cover that in a moment, and or if you're doing it as an agency for your customers, all get wrapped up under the term user content. So we'll scroll down now a bit further. Bearing in mind user content. Now this is the big one. There's a big cross here. That's why I'm highlighting it. All user content will be considered non-confidential. Again, if you were creating it local and you did some AI manipulation, and then, so if you would say you use CapCut to edit a short wedding video, and sent it to your customers, but didn't upload it, but it hit their service to do some of the AI stuff, they've got all of this, and technically you're giving them permission to use it, even if you did not publish it. This is what it's reading. If you know anything different, please let us know in the comments. You must own all the user content. That's interesting. You must own, well, let's stop moving this around too much. You must own your user content or have obtained all necessary rights, licenses and clearances of any kind for all elements of user content. So again, if you're a wedding photographer and you had all of these and you were just putting a quick video together, again, years ago, there was videos, you put all the photos in and make a nice slideshow. But again, TikTok's got stuff like that. And you may have done that. I did somebody's, I was a guest at their wedding. I took loads of photos, put them in that, put them on a TikTok's template, and then sent it to them. This was before June. Now, if I did that now, am I sub-licensing that all to TikTok? That's the question you need to ask. I was going to check this out to find a better understanding of it. Basically, here, content to providing services for you. So they give you all of this stuff, and then you, this is in the yellow, you further grant us and our affiliates, agents, service providers, partners, and other connected third parties a royalty-free transferable, so royalty-free transferable, so I think they can transferable, yeah, including sub-license. This is because they're going to use some of this for commercial work as well. Sub-license, worldwide license to use your username, image, and likeness. So again, if it was a video of me, I might not get overly bent out of shape. It depends what they were using to advertise. But if I've uploaded videos of family, kids, customers, because I also had used it for agency work as well. So images and likenesses to identify you as a source of any of your user content, including for use in sponsored content. They're also going to make advertisements and commercials as well. To avoid, I like this. So for avoiding avoidance of doubt and rights granted, they've actually highlighted it so you can't make a mistake. This means, sorry about the bumping around, this means you are granting us the rights to use your user content. So that's, and again, they emphasized it earlier in the terms, user content is basically everything, without obligation to pay royalties to you or any third parties. Now that's the scary bit as well. As I was saying, if we were doing work for customers, I'd take photos at restaurants, do their social media. Now, if all of that was used to promote another company, my customers would go, they would get mad with us. Yeah, some of them are Italians. I've seen those films where they put horses' heads on pillars. So I wouldn't want that. So now we're going to jump to 13. By the way, they make some amazing pastas and pizzas. You waiver of rights to use user content by uploading, making available user content, which is everything, to our services. Services is basically all their different softwares and platforms. Yeah, you waiver the rights to prior inspect or approve any marketing, advertising, or promotional materials related to such user content. You also waiver the right to, basically just goes on, then carries on to user content you upload or otherwise make available through services. We or our authorized third parties, reserve the right to cut, crop, edit, reuse, upload content, your content, in our sole discretion. And that's what I thought. You can ask yourself, do you want to carry on using CapCut? Complaints. If you've got any complaints, we have the rights to disclose your identity to any third parties who are claiming that any user content posted or uploaded by you. So I would understand if you're using copyright information, copyright content which you didn't have the rights to. That's why I'll leave a link to music I use. So I've never used trending sounds and all that kind of stuff. What happens if there's any use of client images or videos sent to us and they've used it months later, where maybe we're no longer working with that client, or some of the music and imagery, particularly the agencies would know that we may have a limited time span. Some of it we can buy it for to use it forever, or for as long as we've got a subscription, or maybe that project itself, but some are time restricted. So a photograph may only have a license for 2 years. We've used it on social media and stuff like that, and that license is now run out, and CapCut's used it. Who's now liable for it? So the question is, do you want to carry on with CapCut? Basically, a summary of this: you pay any legal fees. You feel free to read it. If you're finding this video helpful, do give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to tap subscribe. We've got more stuff related to normal business on the channel, which will help you grow your business. Make your money. So if you do use CapCut, you'll have some money to your legal fees. Well, honestly, probably worth considering a different tool. We will be looking at videos, alternatives to this, ideally with some of the same functionalities, because one thing, CapCut is a brilliant piece of software. It's very quick and nice templates, and did get results much quicker than trying to do something in After Effects. I will leave a link to either a list or alternative video editors for CapCut style, as in making quick shorts. We all know Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro and stuff like that. I'm just thinking more short, punchy videos.